this fire. Our best guess is from a prescribed burn in a neighboring valley that sent up a spark that came and landed here and started up. But we were really lucky the day that this happened because there was boat tours happening, and one of our captains immediately saw smoke, called Parks Canada. The helicopters from that prescribed burn came over here and put it out almost immediately. So we were very lucky for that. But this burn scar that we're looking at, can you take an educated guess as to how long ago that fire happened? What do we think? 5 years? An hour? Does someone say an hour? Last year? 10 years? Okay, good guesses. They're all wrong. This fire happened 21 years ago, back in 2003. Which honestly, your guesses are probably similar to what I would have guessed as well, just because the growth that's coming in is not very tall. If you're standing next to some of those trees, they'd maybe be about like 10 feet tall or so. And for 21 years, that's really not a lot of growth. But what we're seeing happen out here at the lake is we sit at a high elevation, so we're about 1,700 meters, roughly 5,400 feet above sea level. And with that high elevation, we see colder temperatures than we do in the valley bottoms. And these cold temperatures that we get out here last for majority of our year. Last winter, I recorded the lowest temperature was minus 48 Celsius. Very similar in Fahrenheit as well. Really, really cold, as I like to say. I personally am not outside in those temperatures. I'm more so at home watching movies, drinking hot cocoa all day. The ski hills pretty much shut down at that point. Town shuts down, cars won't start, all that kinds of stuff. I feel like if the trees could curl up in bed as well and hide from the cold, they would, but they can't. They are rooted here. So they do have to stay outside year-round regardless of the weather that's going on, but it just kind of stunts their growth a little bit. They only get a couple solid months of growth time. Today is one of the nicest days we've had all season, as we've had a really cold start to our summer. So we're hoping for some warmth in the coming months, just to give, first of all, us boat captains and guides reasons to want to go outside and hike and stuff, but also so that the vegetation can grow too. Now, I mentioned minus 48 Celsius was the lowest temperature we recorded last winter. The average temperatures that we see are more so around like minus 15 Celsius, minus 20, which for us Canadians is pretty normal. It's not too bad, not too cold. But with those kind of temperature ranges, do you think that the lake freezes over here? We can raise our hands. Who thinks it freezes? Okay. Now, who thinks it doesn't freeze? Okay, fair. Who doesn't want to play the hand game? I will remind everyone, this is Canada, okay? Everything here freezes in the wintertime. I do, your captain does, you all would, so does the lake. But it's pretty crazy because we're 22 kilometers or 14 miles long, and the whole thing freezes over with about a meter or 3 feet of ice. This is a very, very large amount of ice where you could pretty much drive any sort of vehicle across it and that weight would be supported under that ice. We're not allowed to drive on the ice, that's more of a hypothetical, but that also means the ice can sustain the weight of any recreational activities that can be done out here. In the wintertime, it's mainly the locals who come out here because they have better access to and from the area. They know what the weather patterns have been, they know how the road conditions are, things like that. But when the locals are coming out here, they're typically cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, sometimes fat biking, which are the bikes with the really wide tires that can go on top of the snow. But one of the most common activities that can be done out here in the wintertime is backcountry skiing. I don't know if anyone's heard of that, but basically you strap on a pair of skis, and then on your skis you put a sort of carpet on the bottom. That's the easiest way for me to describe it. And those allow you to hike up a mountain for a couple of hours. Once you get to the top or to a good spot, you can then take about a 5 to 10 minute ski ride down. We're going to have our first weight crossing here. I personally don't find backcountry skiing that appealing to me. Nice. If that's your favorite part of the tour, I get it. It's mine too. Yeah, backcountry skiing does not sound appealing. A couple hours worth of work for a 5 minute ski ride. Why would you do that if you could just go to the ski hill and take a 5 minute lift, ski down, lap those all day, have a nice warm chalet to go grab some beverages at? But yeah, locals are pretty crazy out here. They can definitely handle the temperatures that we see. But despite the cold, rugged environment that we see at the lake here, human history has still forged itself along the shores of Maligne Lake for thousands of years. I'm mainly talking about our indigenous presence in the area. We do have a very rich Indigenous history here, and because of that, I want to acknowledge the three main groups that we see around this area. We have the Mountain Cree, the Métis, as well as the Ayika, or the Stoney people. Now today when I talk about our Indigenous friends, I'm mainly talking about the Stonies, just because we have a strong modern relationship with them, where they'll actually come out here and tell us firsthand information all about their history, their culture, traditions, and they do encourage us to share that with you. But just because I'm mainly talking about the Stonies doesn't mean the other groups are any less prominent in this area. It just means we don't know as much about them to share, and I don't want to share something that I don't know about. So the more we learn about them, the more I hope to be able to share it